Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. I am in pursuit of something that I need your input with. This is more than just a knife video. It is essentially an EDC video. Any of you that's not watching, or if you're only in the knives, EDC stands for everyday carry. Let me tell you what my requirements are. I'll show you some examples of what I've been doing, and then you guys can give me some recommendations. So what I'm trying to do is I'm kind of trying to narrow down to where I have three things that I carry every single day: a small fixed blade, a pocket knife, and a multi-tool. The multi-tool I kind of already have narrowed down, but I've got several of them and they have different functions and stuff like that. So we'll get into those in just a second. I want to show you what I've been carrying lately first. And then we can kind of go from there. So as far as the fixed blade, this is what I've been carrying mostly up until the last couple days, and I'll explain why in just a second. So this is a knife that was sent to me by Bonds Creek Knives. They are a custom knife maker here in West Virginia, and this one is a fantastic little knife, and it is almost a perfect everyday carry fixed blade. And the reason why I say almost is it's just a little bit too small, I think, but it works great for carrying it in your pocket. So, I mean, this is exactly how it came from them. It has an ulti clip. You can put it down in your pocket. Obviously it does stick out, but it's a great little knife. And this is the one I've been carrying pretty much every day since they sent it to me. So it is a great little knife. But I think for my everyday, I think I need something slightly bigger. Maybe not, but that's what this video is about. So I've been carrying this, and I've been carrying my Kershaw Bel Air, which is still probably my favorite knife. I just like the look of it. I like the feel of the handles. That MagnaCut blade is a great, great blade. So yeah, that is what I had been carrying pretty much every single day. Now, the last couple days, I'm going to set these over here to the side. The last couple days, what I've been carrying is this blade. So this is a video. I have a video up on the channel of this knife. So this was a knife that I picked up on Temu. If you see the brand, I've seen this brand for sale on Amazon and some other places. Basically, I think they just make clones, not counterfeits, because they have their own logo, but they make clones of a lot of other knives. It did have one of the big buckle on the back of this. I took it off and put this ulti clip on it. The reason I had switched to this is because I was trying to see if something just a little bit bigger. Now you see the knife, they're almost the same size, but the handle is a little bit bigger. So I was trying to see if this one was a better knife for me than this. I don't believe that it is, but I was, testing it out, right? That's why we have these knives, to see which one works best for us. And then the pocket knife I'd been carrying was another knife I've been testing. This is one I got from Temu. It's an out the front. Now this is it's a knockoff Microtech. It's a counterfeit. This is one of the first ones that has, all the Microtech writing and stuff on it. You guys that are experts on these things can tell me down in the comments what you can see immediately. I imagine the way Microtech is written is an immediate trigger to let you know that it's fake. This is actually a really good knife. Again, I've told you guys in previous videos, these Microtech out the fronts, the real ones, are not my jam. Maybe someday I'll buy one, but for the price, I just can't justify them. There is a Microtech that I will be buying soon. I finally figured out the one I want. We got another video. I'm not going to go into detail on that. But this has been a really good knife. I wanted to test it out, see if it was junk, see if it was a decent knife, and that kind of thing. So I don't like making videos about stuff if I can't tell you guys, what I think about it. It's not real sharp. I haven't messed with the work sharp, trying to get it sharp yet. I'm pointing off camera. You guys, my work sharp sits right here at my bench in case I need it. But it wasn't real sharp, but it's not like it's completely dull. So just they didn't spend a lot of time sharpening it, things of that nature. Okay, so that's what I've been carrying the last couple days. I want to show you what else I have in my collection that I think kind of meets the criteria, and then you guys can kind of make some recommendations. Maybe there's a knife that's not here that you guys should say, hey, look into this one. So the next, I think what we're going to do, we're going to separate these. We're going to look at the fixed blades first, and then we'll talk about the pocket knives. So this is the Kaiser Muskrat. Now this is another situation where I was telling you about the Bonds Creek. I think this one's just a little bit too small. I mean, my hand fits it just fine. The knife is good. I can get 3 fingers on it. And I think this is a fantastic little knife. But for what I'm trying to do, I need something I think that's slightly bigger than this, but not so big that it sticks way out of my pocket, if that makes sense. That's where the smolt comes into play. The smolt is about the same form factor size. I mean, if you look, it's about the same size. But I think I like that I can get a good, good grip on the handle. So I think maybe the smolt is the right answer. And again, this is another one of those knives that I think just looks great. They did a really, really good job with this. I believe Kaiser sent this to me. I don't believe I bought this one, or maybe I did. Maybe I bought this one and they sent me the Muskrat. I don't remember exactly. But this is another option that I have. Now I've got tons and tons of fixed blades, but none of them that I'd really want to carry in my pocket every single day. Now the last one here, and I think this one, a friend of mine made the Kydex sheath for me because the leather one I had wore out. I had lost this knife for a little while, and then I found it again, and a friend made me this, and it's the taco style, fold over, and this sheath is just too big to try to carry in your pocket every day. But this is what is this called? The Hidden Canyon or the Grand Canyon. Every time I mention this knife, I call it by the wrong name, and everybody gets mad at me in the comments. I believe it's called the Hidden Canyon, something like that. This was my very first Benchmade fixed blade that I bought. I believe it was my second ever Benchmade. My first one was my Griptilian, and then I bought this one. And this one I think is just too big for what we're talking about today. Maybe if I had a smaller form factor sheath, maybe if I had another one made that was, a little more, just smaller, maybe I would consider it, and, I'd have to take this buckle and stuff off of it. But I think this is probably on the high end or the long end of what I'd want to go with. And then let's talk about pocket knives. So you guys, I've told you, I've raved about this in so many videos. You guys probably tired of hearing about the Bel Air, but it is a great knife. My other two that are really like what I would call, hard use knives, of course. Well, if I could even flip it open. My Manix 2. As you can see, this knife gets a lot of carry. Blade's dirty. I need to clean it up. A lot of pocket wear on the clip. And this is typically the one I go to if I'm going to be going to the barn or if I'm working. Not my normal job, but if I'm working around the house and I'm going to be cutting plastic or rubber and stuff, this is typically the one I'll grab. And then you've got the tried and true Benchmade 940. You guys have heard me talk about this. I struggle to get this knife sharp. I need to just send it back to Benchmade and have them clean it up and sharpen it up for me. But I cannot, for the life of me, get Benchmade knives sharp. Or if I get them sharp, I can't keep them sharp. But it's a great knife for this exact scenario. I either need to get better at sharpening knives or need to stop trying to sharpen Benchmades. And then let's talk about multi-tools. Now, I'm going to show you the one that I carry 9 times out of 10, my SOG Power Pint. This one, I started carrying so I've had my Leatherman right here for years. I've kept it I've got a Maxpedition EDC pouch that this one stays in, that I can just toss in my truck, grab it, throw it in my wife's car, whatever. So this one stays in there, and it's always with me, either in my vehicle or in my side-by-side, so I always have this. This was, I think, my first Leatherman I ever bought, and I've had it for years. It is the Rev. Well, I was I really got back into trout fishing again, and I was needing something to cut, 4-pound test line. So I was carrying around the Gerber dime, and it's just really too small. I saw the SOG PowerPoint. I'd heard people talk about it for years on YouTube, and I had just never seen one in person, just never picked one up. And then one day I was at a local, they sell firearms and knives and tractors and stuff like that, and I saw it and I picked it up, and I've since bought multiples. Both of my kids have one now. This is the one I carry most of the time. And to be honest, I use the scissors more than I use anything else. Well, except for the pliers. The pliers I use all the time too. So this is the one I carry most of the time. Then this is another one. This was my second Leatherman. Now this is the one I also keep in a pouch that goes basically everywhere with me. So this is the Skeletal. Now I do have the accessories for the drive that you can put in. And then I have the different bits that you can put in there. This one I use a whole lot basically for a screwdriver. But I don't typically carry it in my pocket because I have so many accessories for it. I have a pouch that I keep it in. And then the last one I have, this is one I think, let me see. I think I bought this one on Temu. I believe so. I believe this one come on Temu. I like that it had the wire cutters. They've got the replaceable wire cutters. It's big. It's, I can do a lot of work with it. I'll use this for stuff like around the barn, tying up, fence if I'm trying to fix fence and stuff like that. It also does have scissors, the normal stuff that a multi-tool would have. You've got your saw blade. Now, the only knock that I really have on this thing is you've really got to be cognizant. That lock in here is not real great. So you've got to make sure that blade locks out. Because if you just open it, well, see, watch, it'll make me look dumb now. But a lot of times when I open it, it won't lock, and it's still kind of, flimsy in there. There, it locked out every single time for me there. So those are the multi-tools that I have. So I'm open to hear you guys tell me what you think. So like I said, let's move this stuff aside. This is what I've been carrying the last couple of days. This is what I've carried the last month or so until I started carrying this. So you guys tell me, what would you pick? Again, my requirements are a small fixed blade knife that I can put in my pocket, not on my, I don't want it outside. Outside of my pants is where I carry my Glock. Inside, so I wanted something that fits in my pocket. So typically on my right side, I'll have my fixed blade knife. I'll have my pocket knife. My left pocket, I will have a flashlight and my multi-tool and my wallet. And then I'll have my, my cell phone in my back pocket. So that's it, you guys. Just looking for some input from you all. Like to hear some recommendations. What would you recommend for those 3 requirements? Pocket knife, small fixed blade, and a multi-tool. Or should I just stop buying them and use what I have? Nobody's going to tell me that in the comments. Everybody's going to recommend something. That's it, you guys. If you made it this far in the video, I really would appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you are watching my videos and you've not subscribed yet, I really would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you all in the next video.